Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering a new show that just debuted last night on OWN, and it's called Family Empire Houston. This is another brainchild of the great, the legend, Mr. Carlos King from Kingdom Reign Entertainment. He's bringing us something fresh and new. It deals with real estate and a family that's running this empire of real estate, and it sparked my interest. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and you can leave your comments below. Alright, so let's get into this. I try to write down notes to try to make it clear because I gotta really learn this family. I'm gonna try to give you the best picture as I can. Some stuff I'm still not sure with. Alright, so the show again is Family Empire Houston. It comes on every Friday night, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's with this family group called the Bradens. They have a huge family legacy and a line of family. Starting with the patriarch and matriarch. We don't know his first name as of yet, but we do know Papa and Oscarine Braden. Papa, I'm sorry. He passed away about a year ago. And the matriarch, Oscarine, is still living and is running things as she sees fit, you know. We have sister cousins. Basically, you were raised around each other, even though you were cousins, but you think of yourselves as sisters. I understand that type of concept because that happens in my family also, is that you're more sisters and brothers than you are than what your cousin relationship. I have it with nieces and nephews because we were born around the same time. So Nicole, Jermisha, and Jaquita, they're the ones are in the main poster that they have going on. And of course we meet other family members, but they run this business called Braden Real Estate Group. I'm glad that we have something for the black audience as far as real estate, even though I would love to launch off into other different businesses. Since we got million-dollar listings, and a lot of that has to do with the white culture, selling in the OC, selling Sunset, all of those shows are really accommodating to the white audience, mostly, you know. And it's good to see that on our side and to see them be successful in it. And all those shows are on Netflix, just to let you know if you are not watching those shows. So, and Million Dollar Listing, that's on Bravo, I believe. But anyways, I'm also excited because this is in Houston, meaning it's away from the stereotypical place to film stuff. New York, Atlanta. It's like those are the two base places. Of course, we do have some things in the Washington, D.C. area and the Miami area, but okay, can we get... Isn't anyone else successful? Doesn't anyone else have anything going on besides stuff on the East Coast? You know? So I'm glad that Mr. Carlos King has decided to move out west a little bit. So they run this business. Most of the family does work for the Braden Group. They call themselves G2. They're the second generation, meaning that they're the grandchildren of Miss Oscarine and Papa. It looks like they had whatever the siblings are. Well, not the siblings. Oscarine and Papa's children. They're called G1s. And each generation is a force to be reckoned with. Let's see, Jermisha. Her husband's name is Chris. Or not Jermisha. Justin. Justin is one of the top real estate agents within the business, within the Braden business. Jaquita has a husband. His name is Chris. He's the photographer slash creative director, and I'm putting it in quotes because we get to learn a little bit more as to what's really going on with him and his position with in the Braden Group. Nicole, her husband's name is Larry. Larry does not function within the Braden Group as far as real estate. He has his own job. He has different projects where he's gone for a long time, and also like he'll be working for 2 weeks and then off for 2 weeks. It's weird time schedules. Nicole did mention something about how his job, it kind of affects how they are as a couple, and because of past situations, it was has been a real strain on their marriage. What are those past situations, Miss Nicole? Because I would like to know. But it looks like the family's kind of like, oh, he's kind of distant as far as how I'm hearing them react when they hear that Larry's not coming. Larry's now, he works the night shift and whatever he's doing. They also have, Nicole has a sister, two sisters. One sister, full blood, and another sister, which is a half sister, Lakeisha. Nicole and Monet have the same father. Lakeisha has a different mother. So we saw in a preview, it looks like Dad was stepping out and was pregnant around the same time with one of his children, with two of his children. But we'll get into that in a future episode. Let's see. They had this Q1 meeting, and their projection for the whole year is to make 52 million. I think that's a good goal. They started off with just Nicole and Jamisha, and they have almost 100 agents working at their firm. I think that is fantastic. Next, we go to a family cookout. Everyone comes over. Everyone's got their favorite dishes. And Nicole is late. It looks like Nicole is late a lot. But she says when it's money involved, she's always on time. So, okay. I'm getting a little bit that Nicole is a little bit bougie. It's okay. I believe that she loves her family, and probably a little bit of Regine from Living Single. I can't say that she's full-blown Regine, but she's giving me that little flair. So everyone's around. They talk about Granny's land. This was Papa's land. Before we get into that, they did give a reverence to Papa since he did pass away about a year ago. His personality was fun and love. He was more giving than Granny, because Granny was more like, what do you need this for? When Papa had his hand open. But then I wonder how much he would be as open if the grandchildren were boys, men, you know? I just want to know if his hand was free-flowing for them. Typically, that's not the case. I mean, girls, young ladies can wrap men around their finger, especially their grandfathers and your fathers also. So we talk about this land a little bit. What's been said is that Papa left it for the grandchildren, G2. But Granny, since it's in her name now and in her care, she says that it's going to go to the G1s, her children. And her goal is to sell the land, or what she wants to do, is sell the land and pay off her children's, their mothers' homes, and just be done with it. One thing that Granny is done paying is the taxes. The taxes are $35K. That's crazy. I can't imagine. It's like you pay for a house and then you got to pay to live off the land that you have a social security number for. It's quite crazy. The land is in northeast Houston. No one's really... There's nothing going on there. It's undeveloped land at this point. So Chris and Nicole, they talk a little bit like, when are you going to come back into the office a lot more, because you don't really stay around. It was said that Chris comes in and I guess he says, well, y'all kicked me out. And like Nicole said, I didn't kick you out. Basically, Chris will come in the office and kind of play around. He'll be trying to joke with the staff. And they also Chris and Nicole, they butt heads creatively. And that's kind of where he doesn't really seem like he fits in at all. So Jamisha just breaks it up and said, hey, look, today is a day of family, and y'all are not about to ruin my food. We're here to eat. We can table this and talk about this later. Same thing concerning Granny's land. I think Aunt Nikki, was it? Who we find out a little bit later is one of the moms, G1s, which is her real estate agent. Basically said, okay, we can break that up also. We're not going to talk about this at this moment. So the next day, Nicole, she shows a house. to one of her friends who is a medical doctor. Her name is Solange. She's looking at all the custom-made things. It's decked out for real. The house is 5 baths, 5 beds, and the grand total square feet, I believe, was 600K. I think I wrote it down right, but I may have not. Please forgive me, and anybody can correct me. The house is listed at 1.4 million. Solange is considering it because it has a lot of amenities. They have a lake, something out there that she really wanted so bad. She said one of her drawbacks is that it takes an hour of travel time both ways. One way, just to get home or go to her job. And she doesn't know if she wants to put all of that into a house or living conditions because of the traffic that goes on. Nicole did rebut that and said, well, a house like this within the city of Houston will cost you at least $2.5 million. So Nicole said, hey, I do want to see if we can go down on the price. Tell the owners that that's not what I am into at this moment, and to bring it down. Nicole is going to research and to see the competitive costs from different houses and see if the owners are willing to go down. So, Jermisha. Okay. Do I have anything else? Okay, Jermisha, Jaquita, and Aunt Nikki. They take Aunt Nikki out to discuss a little bit more about Granny's land. Aunt Nikki was like, hey, I shut that down because it was supposed to be amongst a little tight group of us and not the whole family being exposed. So that's why I shut it down the other day at the gathering. And Jermisha and Jaquita are trying to show her the land and the possibilities of what this land could be, and it could be a part of our family legacy instead of just selling it off to strangers. Aunt Nikki sees the vision. They recently got it appraised. It's okay. So Papa and Oscarine, or Granny, if you want to call her that. I know. Hopefully you're okay with me calling her Granny. I understand if you're not. They bought the land at $72K. At this point, for as long as how long they've had the land, it is now at $865K. It's worth. Bringing the total, I guess, to 7. I don't know about that, but at least $865K. I know that they did some math results for all of that, and was talking about $793K. I don't know if that's what it's worth now or what. I don't know, but it looks like it has to be more worth than that. Come on. But Aunt Nikki said that she sees the vision, but it's about taking it to the G1s, and they may not be so apt to help or oblige to what's really going on. All right, so there's a planned photo shoot at the Braden Group Agency. Lakeisha is there. We get a little backstory. Since Lakeisha was the quote-unquote side baby, she didn't feel as welcomed within the family. There's family functions where she's out of photos that she's actually at that she doesn't really take too kindly of. Her and Nicole don't have the best relationship, Nicole says, because Lakeisha has this wall up. I feel like I have to walk around eggshells. Chris and Nicole, they talk again. We want you more in the office. He said, well, I need to be respected. If you want me here, don't just knock what I have to say, especially if you want me to be creative director. Don't knock what I got to say and let me be who I'm supposed to be for this company. Of course, Nicole is kind of just like, we are still the bosses, and that is cool, Nicole. I think that I do more back with Chris about this whole situation. If you're the creative director, you're the creative director. It is your baby and it is your vision. However, maybe you need to impart your vision into him. I think you should also, you two should be able to meet in the middle on some creativity. The creative director of marketing, that's what it is. So he said, well, let's draw up a contract. Because again, the only notes that I have to take for Chris is that he's in and out of the office. Like, you either in or out. Go somewhere where you feel respected. I'm not saying that they don't respect you, but obviously you have something that you want to utilize in a way that you want to utilize it as. So go there. That's my advice to you in regards to that. Or stay there and then sisters, cousins, sister-in-law, work together with him. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so we're at Jaquitta's house. This is the last scene. They're having a crawfish boil. I think Houston is quite different with food and all that, and I think that that's cool. Anyways, they dig in, her and Jermisha. They're waiting on Lakeisha and Nicole, and they have not made it as of yet. And they said, look, if this was company as far as people I didn't know, I wouldn't eat, but they late, so I'm eating. They do say that, Lakeisha has been kind of off to the side, and Lakeisha's mother passed away. And then we see Lakeisha in her confessional. She's talking about her mother did pass away, and the Braden family are embracing her a lot more. Of course, she still has walls up because it's been so long that they haven't really connected like that. Lakeisha comes, and then later on, Nicole arrives. They talk about Jaquitta's drinking limit, which is probably like just 1.5 drinks that she should have, because 2 is over. Hopefully it's not in a dangerous way, but we'll know. We can see that there's tension between Nicole and Lakeisha. Jermisha tries to make a joke out of the whole that there's this wall up, but up front, Nicole is very sensitive and she takes offense to it. And Jermisha's like, look, I'm just made it a little bit light. I think she probably wanted to break some of the tension and to see if you guys would ease up. But there is a sensitivity between Nicole and Lakeisha. Nicole takes it as a dig, and she's like, look, I am hurt that you would actually try to make a joke of this, and she ends up leaving. And I just had this big question mark come over my head, like, huh? I could see her being upset. Nicole, I could see you upset. If Lakeisha possibly had made a joke out of this whole tension between you guys. But for a cousin, sister that's on the outside that it don't really affect her 100%, or 100%, I'll just put it like that. You took that much offense of it. Now you can feel how you feel. To leave is quite crazy because Lakeisha did nothing to you, and that's the person that you need to have a conversation with to start breaking down these walls. And I believe that both of you have up walls. Both of you maybe are stubborn, I don't know, but to just say that she has walls is just I think that there's something that you are afraid to face, because nothing should have ran you off, especially if it wasn't Lakeisha doing it to you. So yeah, she made a mockery, and I was like, okay. So there's a lot to unpack. I want to unpack the stuff with Larry, because it's like, okay, let's see what's going on there. We get into more. There's some more family drama. I love it. It looks like there's going to be a balance between business and drama, and I'm here for it. I do think that you have a winner, Mr. Carlos King, and we shall see how far this goes. Congratulations to you, Mr. Carlos King, and Kingdom Reign Entertainment. Congratulations to the Braden Group of getting eyes on you on a more national and international scale. I am interested and happy and excited to get to know you guys, and glad that there's something more as far as entertainment for us that is out there. So for the next 8 weeks, it's going to be an easy ride in Houston area, and I'm looking forward to it. Again, I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments below on what you think if you did watch the show. Give me a score, give a rating, 1 to 10. What do you think? Give me all that. All right, until the next video, peace.